So I'm making an instructional video about mounting a radar detector in a 991 911 Porsche. It should work for any of the 991 models. I know it works for the 0.1 and 0.2. So you'll see how your mirror is mounted and the surround around it. You can see if it matches, and it should work if it does match. So what I'm going to be doing is showing how to mount this radar detector and do what's called wiretapping into the mirror housing, so that you don't have any cords, electrical cables going down from the mirror down to the cigarette lighter, and doing this also without running all the way back to the fuse box. So first I'm going to show parts list of things I've compiled and a few tools. I'm using an Escort Max 360C. This is the newest model out at this time of the video, and the key point is that this new magnetic attachment, the way it attaches now, we're going to have to take a part of this off to mount to the new mirror mount. So I'll show you that in just a second. The mount that I used is a blend mount. This is the model number for Escort and for the Porsche mirror. So you can see how this mounts, and then there's where that little magnet, this little magnet piece is going to come out and go onto this area right here. You can see where they're showing you to take it apart and to use it. Here's the actual mount. It comes with a little parts bag, a couple of screws, Allen wrench, and some washers. And then this is the mirror tap device, how we wire in. This is made to go into the radar detector, and then it has a couple of attachments here so that we can use different sizes of taps. So it's a mirror tap, MTX series, 15-inch. That's the key. We're going to need that length, so make sure you get the MTX 1015. They make a 1010, a 1012, and then they make others MT without the X. Without the X means that this is a fixed pin placement. You don't adjust the different sizes on the pins. The few tools that you're going to need is a piece of either a credit card or just a plastic spatula type to remove some plastic. A couple of curved hemostats helps. It's not, you don't have to have that. Maybe needle nose pliers would work, and some nippers to nip the little zip ties. So that's. So I think it's important also, I've left off one part, is this little LED headlight. We're looking up here, and it's going to get a little dark, and so these things are really effective at adding light. So get you one of those too. All right, first step is a plastic tool or a credit card will work, and we have to pry in between here. So the first thing we do is pry in, and I want you to hear this little snap. Listen. So that is the clip. There's a metal clip in there I just pushed down. When you push that metal clip down, then you can pry behind there, and this thing will partially pull out. See there? Sounds a little scary, but you're not hurting a thing. Push in this clip, and then pry down the other side, and this thing will literally almost just fall right out. A credit card works a little easier in here to detach this pin. So I usually just push. So here it is right there, this side, and then you can pull that pin out. You just set this aside. Okay, so I've got the tap that looks like it's going to fit. It's actually the smallest one that comes in the set, but try yours out. Got it in the hemostat. This is where we're going to tap. Now there's 3 wires. It's pretty simple. We're going to tap black to black and red to the red and black. I read somewhere, don't tap the purple for no reason. I mean, it's evidently something that will cause a problem with the car. So let's not do that. So we just want to push this into where the black wire is. And you want it needs to fit kind of snugly. And then the red is going to go into the red and black. So those are in pretty good. The next step is to, it comes with this little heat shrink tubing, so put that over. And then we're going to connect these two to the ones we chose. And then they've got the heat shrink tubing to seal this off. So I'll move the heat shrink over, and now I'm going to heat shrink that. Be right back. Okay, so we're tapped. We've got the heat shrink tubing on, and then where this is going to go, it's going to go back behind this piece of plastic. And so look under here, this is where the wire is going to be coming out, is this crack. So this piece of plastic has to come off. It's pretty straightforward and simple. You grab and push down a little bit right here, put your fingers through this where this rubber is, and just pull. You heard it pop. And you can remove that whole piece if you want to, just like that. Then feed your connector through. I've already tested this in the radar detector, it's working. Feed your connector through, and then it's a matter of putting this piece back on so that the wire's coming out where we want it. You just snap it back in place. And now you can see, show them under here where this is coming out. Okay. So now we're going to reconnect our light. It can only go one way. Test the light, make sure it works. So what you have to do is bend your connectors down some so that they won't hit this piece. So they've just got to be bent out of the way a little bit. Just go really slow bending them. And then you connect this back by putting the back on first. You can hear the little snap on the back. That was the back one. And then you just push this back together. You should hear a pretty good snap. That's it. Test the lighting. It works fine. And we've got our connector. Test it one more time just to make sure we're all wired up. And we got power. Okay, open the blend mount screw loose so that it'll bite onto the stem of the mirror. And then this is, I've already put the magnetic piece onto the blend mount for the Escort attachment. So we just attach it onto our mirror. Try to eyeball it and get it flat before you attach your radar detector. And these are all adjustable pieces here. So figure out where you want your radar detector and then tighten everything down. Okay, final shots. Nice clean attachment of the radar detector to a 991, 911. And no cables going anywhere. Wire tapped into the mirror power. Love this blend mount. Very nice.